Good evening, I'm Matt from theshavingcadre.com, otherwise known as Lukey3262 on the forums. Happy Independence Day. I'm here for an evening shave after a weekend of family fun, barbecues, fireworks, swimming, so it's been a pretty lively weekend for me. But I'm going to go ahead and get to the details. First off, the software that I'm using this evening is Barrister and Mann's Lavanille, which is an intriguing, musky lavender vanilla scent. And, you know, it's not my wife's favorite. I kind of like it. I like anything that has lavender in it. But this soap is kind of interesting because you really shouldn't use it with a badger brush because it could stain the tips. So I used a synthetic knot tonight to go ahead and load 45 seconds on it. My aftershave this evening is going to be the matching aftershave, Lavanille. And the balm for the evening is Aqua Velva's 5-in-1. And I haven't seen this in the stores in a while. I'm hoping it's still out there. But I just haven't seen it anywhere locally anyway. As for the razor tonight, this is a special razor. This is my family razor. This is my paternal great-grandfather's razor. He was born in the 1890s. He would have been 129 years old this year. I was given this by my father, and this razor came with some scale issues, and I went ahead and replaced it with some 19 teens period scales that I ended up replacing the paint on. And I just thought it would really do up a family razor well. Now, admittedly, I don't know what the edge is like on this razor because I haven't shaved with it in a while. Sadly, I probably should shave with it more often, but it's for special shaves, so we're going to see how it shaves. I don't know. And by the way, the brush is a prototype from Alpha Shaving Brush Company. So I'll go ahead and get to the shave. Go ahead and start lathering at least. Now, like I mentioned, the wife isn't a huge fan of this scent, but thankfully it doesn't stick around forever, and for me, anything lavender before bed is really nice. I enjoy that scent a lot. So, totally cool. Now, as mentioned, with the razor being my great-grandfather's, I never met the man. He was quite on in the years. He was probably, I think he was gone. He passed on back in the 1970s, I believe, according to my father, who was young when he passed on. Not left with a whole lot of stories about him, but we surmise, at least my father and I do, that this razor would have served him in his teens, his late teens, before he went off to World War I. And the razor, being a Torrey, it doesn't have a whole lot of wear on it. So my assumption is he went off to war, shaved with a Gillette while he was in Europe, and when he came home, never ended up using a straight razor again. But, of course, that's just conjecture. My father and I don't know that for sure, but it could be a likely story. Who knows? So, anyway, the Lavanille is working up beautifully. Pretty much any of these Barrister and Manns, I just really love how they work up. I haven't had a Barrister and Mann that doesn't produce a nice, thick, slick lather. I mean, maybe some of their original stuff was a little harder to lather, but really, even some of the stuff they were putting out at the beginning was pretty phenomenal. definitely by comparison to some of the stuff we were shaving with 10, 11 years ago. Trying to get some of the older British brands to lather was kind of a chore. And then you had Razor Rock and Barrister and Mann and Sterling and several of the other old guard soaps, now old guard, that were coming out and changing the wet shaving world. Honestly, I can't remember how old Barrister and Mann is. Maybe they're 8, 9 years old. All right. And as you can see, the soap's not perfectly white. It's got kind of a beigeish tinge to it. Hence why they don't really suggest using it with a natural hairbrush, because you could dye it. I get my razor wiper set up. All right, let's see how she shaves. Not bad. It is a little bit stiffer grind. I'm going to say it's just right at a, probably about a half hollow, maybe a bit more. And it's shaving okay. I can tell she's just a hair tuggy in the middle. And I now remember why I haven't picked it up in a while. I'd say it should go back to the stones for a redo. I mean, it's got a keen enough edge to shave, but it is not perfect. Not my best work for sure. But admittedly, the razor has some issues. It was pretty rusted when I received it. It had the devil's spit or demon spittle or whatever you want to call it all over it. And it had quite a bit of rust at the edge. And myself trying not to go too crazy and destroy the looks of the razor, I probably didn't take off as much steel as I need to. So I've just kind of been left with not the greatest edge, but that's all right. It'll do for the shave tonight. And if I really have to, I'll switch up to either my Gillette Sheridan or my Schick adjustable. And I am shaving blind tonight. Don't have my contacts in because it's about 10:30. So hopefully we don't have any major mishaps. taking off the hair, but not, not as much as I'd like. Oh boy. I'll tell you what, I think I'm gonna go ahead and switch to a different razor. I remembered that this edge was not the best last time, and there's no point in struggling through that. And you know, sometimes that happens. I'll just go ahead and take it back to the 1K and do a little bit more work on it. I think it had some geometry issues as well. But it really does need a little bit more work. I mean, you can even see a pit or two right in the bevel. So I'm gonna give it some more time. I think I'll tape it and try not to destroy the bevel too much. But anyway, I shaved with my patriotic razor tonight via my great-grandfather, and hey, you know what? Happy 4th of July. We'll switch up to something else. No harm, no foul. Oh well. Now, if you're watching my channel, you really ought to take a moment and swing on over and check out the shavingcadre.com. I've been a member there for quite a few years now, and I really do enjoy my time over there. A lot of awesome guys talking about some awesome shaving techniques, awesome razors, and the like. And it's like, it feels like home. They're like my good buddies. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put a new blade in this too. I think I'm gonna go with one of these Supply Black Label blades. Let's do that real quick. Well, there we go. There we are. And this is set to about a 5. Talk about a smooth shaven razor. The Schick injector, especially this version. I believe this is the Type M adjustable. It's just a fantastic razor. Now then, back to the shaving cadre. So far as I know, we're one of the only forums that has such an active group of guys posting videos to YouTube. So please check out our member shave video section. Which includes the likes of Handlebarber Dave, Scuttle Soap, the Cutthroat Journey, Long Haul Tanker, Nurse Dave, and Spider Shaves, and several more. But check out those channels. Guys work a lot. They spend a lot of time working on their videos and showing you their passion. And that's kind of what it is, man. I don't make these videos. I wouldn't make these videos if I didn't absolutely think this was a phenomenal hobby. You hear me say hobby, and you know, for a guy that's watching this channel, watching me shave, learning to shave, so that he can shave with a safety razor or straight, awesome. But for some of us, we've kind of completely taken it to the hobby direction, because we have, some of us, hundreds of straight razors, safety razors, brushes, soaps, aftershaves, etc. And at that point, you're not saving money. You're feeding and enjoying your hobby. And that's exactly what these wet shaving videos are. This is me enjoying my hobby and commenting on my friends' videos and checking out what they're using and checking out their technique. So that's exactly why I make these videos. It's a lot of fun for me and a great way to socialize within a hobby that I love. All right. Now, this being a injector shave, bless me. This being an injector shave, should be a whole lot quicker shave. Yeah, it's a shame I couldn't finish that shave with that razor, but that's all right. I'm sure great-grandfather will forgive me, or maybe he would have thought I needed to tough it out. Who knows? Plenty of slickness left. Don't really need a relather for touch-ups. Well, maybe right there I do. Golly, struggling right there. I think we need to open it up a little bit more. There we go, that's all we needed. Just needed to dial up the intensity of the shave for a second there, which the Schick injector definitely took care of. All right. That's it, guys, that's a shave. Now, as mentioned in my previous shave, I'm going to be putting my next up in line shaves up on the cabinet behind me here. So the next shave, soap and aftershave I'm going to be using is Barrister and Mann's Reserve Firm, followed by their Le Grand Chefra, and then I'm going to be using Chitillion Luxe's Tom Sock, produced by Declaration Grooming, which that's an older soap. I think that's probably 3 or 4 years old. And I believe that's a discontinued scent by them now. But I love it. With Chitillion Luxe or Chilton Luxe, I apologize. They're out of St. Louis, so it's kind of cool to support them. All right, so I'm going to throw on little, you know what? I'm going to throw on some witch hazer first. Sitting here wasting aftershave tonight. What am I doing? Not like I don't have a boatload of aftershave to go through, but always throw in a little witch hazel. Good for the skin. I spent a lot of time out in the sun this weekend. Was in the pool 2 days in a row, and spent a bunch of time out working in the yard, and then enjoyed shooting off some fireworks last night, and then the little boy was a little tuckered out tonight, so we didn't end up going to see our local fireworks display, but we did get to shoot off a few fireworks at my mom's, and then my wife and I enjoyed the fireworks show from our town through the trees. Wasn't the most perfect viewing, but it was nice. Oh, that's a nice scent. I actually really, I like the scent a little better out of the aftershave than I do off the soap puck. Just a really nice lavender. I don't know, to me, I don't know, my nose kind of takes it to like a bay rum, like a lavender-ish bay rum, but that's not it. Lavender, vanilla, there has to be a little oak moss in there. I could be wrong. I don't have the most perfect nose. I'll have to look that up. I'll put the link in the description. And then I'm going to finish up with a little balm. But yeah, it's been a great weekend. Not really looking forward to getting back to work, but that's what pays the bills, so. Not exactly a matching scent by any means, but it'll work. All right, so that's one more shave in the books, guys. Thanks for joining me on my channel. Thanks for hanging out with me all the way through to the end. And if you haven't, please like and subscribe. I enjoy seeing you guys chat with me in the comments. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I guess I'll shave with you guys later, and take it easy. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.